What is going on, guys? Rogue TCG here, bringing another Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG deck profile. You all voted for it. I am responding. Here is Unchained. This deck is a lot of fun. It's really cool, and with all the new support becoming a lot cheaper, especially with the new reprint of Soul Lord of Yama coming up and the new Megatins coming up soon, this deck is becoming exceptionally cheap. You know, with SP Low Knight reprint too, it's becoming a lot cheaper. So this deck is something really interesting. If you wanted to see a more in-depth version of this, I would definitely recommend looking at Shady TCG's channel. They're really, really adept at Unchained, a lot more than I am. I'm not saying I'm necessarily bad at Unchained. I knew what Unchained did before the new cards, but with the new cards, I am still in the process of learning. But this is what I've got so far. So first, we are on triple Unchained Twin Aruha. Being able to tap any card that we control in order to special summon itself is really strong, especially when all of our cards float. And it does lock us into feeds for the rest of the turn, but all of our Unchains are going to basically float into something other than itself, and then all their floating effects are going to be once per turn, for the most part. Some of them do have different floating effects. All the Unchained Twins are going to have that floating effect. Unchained Twin Rikeya has just a quick effect to target a card we control and pop it, and then it also has that effect as well when it floats. And then we are on one Sarama, able to target Unchained in our graveyard except for itself, set it to our field, and then pop a card we control, and then it also has that floating effect. We are on one Abominable Unchained Soul. We can only special summon it once per turn. If a card we control is destroyed by battle or card effect, we can special summon it from our hand. If this card is special summoned, we can choose to discard a card to pop a card on field that does not target. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed on field and sent there this turn, you can special summon it and place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. Really strong card. It's an Unchained Soul specifically, but it is a really great target to be special summoning from the deck with our Unchains if we have a discard in order to break boards. Speaking of breaking boards, we are on one Unchained Soul of Disaster. This card pretty much just lets you link off using your opponent's card. The first effect, the gaining attack, doesn't really come up too frequently, but the second effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Immediately after this effect resolves, link summon one dark link monster using only this card you control and that of opponent's monster as material. Really great, just stealing their monster. And if this card on field is destroyed by battle or card effect, we can target an Unchained monster in our graveyard and summon it. So different than the other ones, not from deck, but from a graveyard, it can sometimes even be more beneficial because we can grab back our links. We are on one Sharvar because we can only play one, because Konami likes having fun things limited. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can target one fiend monster or one face down card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon this card. But while it's face up in the monster zone, you can't special summon monsters except for fiends. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can set one Unchained spell trap directly from your deck. That directly from the deck is insane. The pop is also really good because it does let you dodge interaction, like targeted interaction. So Sharvar is just incredibly strong. If we could play 3, we probably would be. We are on one Unchained Soul of Shiyama. You can target one card you control, destroy it, then destroy one spell trap on the field. That's its on-field effect. If this card's in the graveyard, you can target one fiend or one face-down card you control, destroy it and special summon this card, but place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. So it's kind of like the opposite version of the Aruha, where Aruha can special summon from hand. This can special summon from graveyard. The main difference is Aruha is a twin, and this is a soul. The main difference between twins and souls is we need souls in order to make our Soul of Rage Link monster or our Soul of Anguish Link monster. So we do need to kind of keep that in mind when building our board. We're on a Triple Abominations Prison. This is Rhoda for the archetype, but also if it's set and destroyed by a card effect, we can special summon an Unchained straight from deck. Insane. Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. It just lets you special summon an Unchained from hand or graveyard, but if it's popped, we get to special an Unchained from deck. Pretty damn good. And then we are on Triple Escape of the Unchained. This is like a mini Icarus attack. We can target an Unchained monster we control and a card on field, and we destroy both. And then if this set card is destroyed, we get to special an Unchained from our deck, like all the other ones. So really great stuff. So you can kind of already see the pieces coming together where we want to be like setting a back row, like ideally like a chamber or something. Going Aruha, pop the chamber to summon the Aruha. We go chamber to special summon Sarama, Sarama to set the chamber, then pop the Aruha, Aruha, special summon something, and just keep going and going and going. Just incredible stuff. We are on the dark contracts with this deck. I chose to forego the tour guide build with the Fiendish Rhino Warrior for the dark contract stuff because I think Machinex is a very funny card. So we are on triple dark contract with the gate that just adds a DD monster from deck to hand. I'm going to be adding DDD Vice King Requiem. We can scale it and then target any number of dark contracts we control and destroy them and special summon this card from the pen zone. And then we can choose to increase its level, which can come up. Not frequently going to come up, but it can come up. The main purpose of which is because once we summon it, it is a DDD on our side of the field to then make DDD Divisor King Deus Machinex. So this is a really great card overall. This card can just steal your opponent's cards when they activate monster effects. But that's about it for our engine cards. For our non-engine, we are on 1 Foolish Burial for hand trap prevention. We're on Triple Tactics Talents and Call by the Grave, as well as Blink Out. Blink Out is very strong because it, again, I think I covered this in one of my earlier Orcus videos, but I do like Blink Out a lot because it lets you dodge spot interaction like Effect Veil or Infinite Impermanence. And also, if you're using it to dodge an effect, you do still get a monster out of it if it's your monster. Or it's just removal. You can just straight up remove an opponent's link monster like an Apollosa and get rid of it forever, pretty much. So, real great stuff out of Blink Out. I think in this deck, it would probably be pretty good, in my opinion. We are on main deck Bestials. We don't actually play too many Darks ourselves, but they are level 6s, so they do let us go into DDD, Wave High King Caesar easier. And this is just kind of like a meta call where I am anticipating to be playing against light and dark decks, namely Fiendsmith, Snake Eye. So these are just there to help check that a little bit. We're on Triple Skullmeister again for Fiendsmith stuff, for Snake Eye stuff. This hits Flamberge. If they're on Fiendsmith and they're playing the Mayakashi trap, this hits the transaction rollback. Just really great card in this format, in my opinion. We're on Triple Infinite Impermanence, just a good card, and Triple Droll and Lockbird because it's a good card. I think they're all just good cards. We are on a double Unchained Soul of Rage. We're going to be ending on Unchained Soul of Rage. So this card basically, if we remember the Unchained Soul of Disaster, how that was an ignition effect, it's pretty much the exact same thing, except now it's a quick effect during your opponent's main phase. So it only does target special summon monsters, so we do need to keep that in mind. We can't like link off their normal summon, but it is just an incredibly strong card. Unchained Soul Lord of Yama is an incredible card for the archetype. It is generic, needing 2 fiends. Sorry, generic enough. Needing 2 fiends. If this card is special summon, we can add an Unchained monster from deck or graveyard to hand. Great effect. If a card you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, while this card's in your graveyard, you can banish this card, special summon 1 fiend from your hand or graveyard, and destroy 1 card we control. We can destroy a card. We don't have to destroy a card. But this card is absolutely bonkers in archetype. This card literally kind of does everything for you. I would run 3 if I had the money for 3 right now. I say as there's an SP Little Knight just Bing chilling in the extra. I am just going to be waiting for the Megatons to pick up additional copies of Yama. And we are on double Anguish. Anguish is like, it's actually just like another Soul of Disaster. This is just during your turn. So it's just like another disaster that you're able to access to use your opponent's cards as material. Round 1, SP Little Knight is a Dark Link, so it does work very beneficially with Soul of Rage, as well as Nightmare Unicorn, just SP Little Knight 2. 1 Apollosa Bow of the Goddess in case we want to make negation boards, as well as 1 Unchained Abomination. This is not correct. We should not be playing Abomination, but I think it's very funny to actually play Abomination, so we are. And 1 Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, because we can make this under our locks, because it's a fiend. And I think White Woman Jump Scare is also very funny. We are on 1 DDD Wave High King Caesar. This can sometimes help us play around Nibiru if they don't use it at earliest convenience and they're waiting and being greedy. As long as we get 2 6s on field, they have to Nibiru there. If they don't recognize that, we make DDD Wave High King Caesar and keep comboing. This is also another DDD where if we don't see this, we can go Wave High King Caesar to then go into Machinex that way. We are on 1 Dingirsu Orchestra of the Evening Star. Requiem is an 8, so is Disaster, so is Soul. So we do have Dingirsu for non-targeting, non-destruction removal, as well as protecting our board. And lastly, one Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis. It is a Dark Fiend, funny enough, and it is just a good card. But that's going to be about it for the list. I think this deck is a lot of fun. It plays a lot differently than when I was playing Unchained. When I was playing Unchained, it was kind of like the trap build where you'd run a different dimension ground and D-shifter in main because the Unchaineds don't have to actually be sent to graveyard to activate. So it is functioning a little bit differently, but I am very glad this deck did get the love and care that it needs. So that's about it for me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you all next time. Bye-bye. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you wanted to talk to more Yu-Gi-Oh players like yourself, I would highly recommend checking out our Discord server. Link is going to be in the description, as well as the QR code on screen. We do talk somewhat frequently about Yu-Gi-Oh and the current meta, so I would really enjoy to see you there. As well as we do recently now have channel memberships available on our YouTube channel, where we have 3 different tiers. We have Super Supporter at $2 a month, where you get loyalty badges, emojis, guaranteed comment responses, a shout out at the end of every video, as well as access to the members only Discord channel, where you get early sneak peeks at future videos. There is the Giga Supporter at $5 a month, where you have early access to all new videos about a day or two before they go up, as well as all the previous offers. And for $15 a month, we do have our final tier, which is going to be Femboy Fanatic. You get a guaranteed customized video every single month, as well as 1 hour of my time. Could be for anything you'd like. You want a duel? Absolutely. You want me to help build a deck? Absolutely. You want to play some Helldivers? Sure. I'll do anything for an hour once a month. But supporting does help me out quite a lot, and it does help me produce all of these videos. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be seeing y'all later. Bye-bye.